Hi, I'm Dr. Joe DeMarco, chiropractor and owner of OcraMed Health. We're live streaming today. The topic of our live stream is how to stay healthy as you age. So, big question people write in is, what to do at as you get into your 40s and your 50s. My viewers know I'm 57. Try to stay healthy, do all I can. I want to just share with my viewers some of the things that I like to do to try to maintain good health and to stay fit. So, first off, you gotta stay active, it's just unfortunately, every year that, goes by for people, they tend to get less and less and less active, and staying active is so important. Now, when I say stay active, a couple different things. One is, of course, we mean to exercise, to work out. That's a given. You gotta be exercising and working out and keeping that blood flowing 6 days a week. There's no 2 days a week or 3 days a week. The- Why be you don't want to be inactive 4 or 5 days a week. So 2 or 3 days a week is not enough time for exercise. What I would recommend doing, and this is just for the average person who wants to stay healthy, not someone who's competitively staying active. We have a lot of masters competitions. If you're a masters bodybuilder or power lifter, or we're just talking about just the average person trying to stay healthy, trying to stay fit. We want to stay active and exercise 6 days a week. Out of that 6 days, at least twice a week, you have to do some strength training. Research has just shown that this is just so important. It maintains your bone density. It's an important component. And if you're not doing some strength training and all you're doing for exercise is going out for a walk, you're not going to maintain that bone density. You have to have some resistance. You have to be doing some strength training. So 2 days a week minimum. I would strongly recommend at least 3 days a week of strength training. If you're doing that 2 or 3 days a week, then at least 3 days a week, try to do some work on your cardiovascular system, which would be some aerobic activity, whether it's jumping on your bike, going for a brisk walk, going for a run, something like that. And a combination of those two things, the strength training and the aerobic exercise, 6 days a week. You get 1 day off. You can take Sunday off, okay? So, that's important. We definitely wanna keep moving. Now, as I mentioned when I first started about staying active, it isn't just about exercise either, it's just about moving, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So, like, during the day, if I'm moving out of my office, if I come up onto, like, a set of steps, run up the steps, like, like, don't trudge up them like it's like such a harsh, thing to do to go up a set of steps. Like, stay active like you're young, think I'm young, and so you get to a set of steps, you run up the steps, if I'm going out to my car in the parking lot, jog out to your car, run down the hallway, like, do little things like that that keeps you young, keeps you feeling good, gets the heart rate up, gets the blood flowing. I do that all the time. Like, I never hit a set of steps that I don't run up. I always run up the set of steps, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel younger. It makes you feel active, and all those that little bit of activity during the day is good for you. It gets that, like, it gets that heart beating a little bit, the blood flowing a little bit more, and it's an excellent way to just kind of to stay active. So, besides exercising, do all you can to just kind of, like, keep moving. Like, if you don't need to drive somewhere, walk somewhere. You don't have to drive the car. 200 yards to get somewhere when you can just get in. Just get out and walk. So, anyways, keeping active, exercising, and just staying active during the day. Next thing, of course, eating healthy. You have to eat healthy. I'm not a big fan of when I read about and I see about all these different diets and diet plans and all these great things that come up every year. There's a new book and a new video out. It's like, you know what? Eat just a well-rounded diet and eat healthy and follow the 90-10 rule. That's exactly what I do. If you eat well 90% of the time during the course of the week, you can still have anything else that you enjoy the other 10% of the time, and you're still gonna maintain a good body weight. You're still gonna stay healthy. So, you follow a 90-10 rule and just eat a sensible diet. And when I say a sensible diet, your three macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, a well-rounded diet with those three macronutrients. There's no need to avoid like any extremes, cutting out all your carbs and doing this and fasting and just eat well, eat a well-rounded diet. Uh, if you do it 90% of the time during the week, the other 10% of the time, like I said, have the treats that you want, have that cheat meal on a Saturday night. It's okay if you're eating well during the week. Okay. Um, Next thing, and this is important for staying healthy, is you want to incorporate some daily stretching and rolling. It's an unfortunate fact, but as we age, muscles shorten, muscles get tighter. We're more susceptible. We'll tend to build up adhesions in the fascia a little easier. Time goes by, so you're building up more fascial adhesions also. So you lose mobility much quicker than when you're 18 or 20. Um, yeah. So I strongly recommend you have to every day take some time for yourself, do some stretching, do some rolling, either with a foam roller or a massage ball, and spend at least 20 or 30 minutes a day doing that. Find fit it into your routine. I know we all have to get to work and we have stuff to do, but in the evening's a great time to do it. You want to do it earlier in the day before work. You want to do it at lunchtime. That's great. I find it very relaxing to do that type of stuff in the evening. And you want to stay on top of it. I can personally tell you that if you don't stay on top of that rolling and stretching, things are going to tighten up. You're not going to be as flexible as you were when you're 20, and you're going to leave yourself more susceptible to injuries to your back, to your neck, pulling a hamstring, having your calf cramp up when you try to take a walk. All that type of stuff can just be avoided if you just on a regular basis make sure that you're rolling and you're stretching. Okay. Next up for staying healthy, stress reduction. We all deal with a lot of stress and it ages us and it has a big effect on us. It affects our heart, it affects our well-being, and you'd want to do everything you can to have some stress reduction. And what do I recommend for that? I think every day you need to find some time for yourself to be alone, to do some meditation, to work on some breathing exercises to reduce your stress level. At least once a day, you want to have some alone time where there's no one around. You can just be in your own thoughts. You can practice some meditation. I think a great time to do this is in the morning, first thing in the morning. A lot of times if you're going to work, you're probably up before maybe someone else in your family is up, everyone else is up. So you're alone, you're not conversing with anyone. It's a great time to be alone in your thoughts, and it's a great time to meditate, and it's okay whether it's 5 minutes or 20 minutes, just as long as you have that time every day to do some meditation. And if you're not doing it already, do some research, some reading, some watch some videos on some breathing exercises. Great way to reduce stress and make yourself really help the rest of your day. And that's why you do it in the morning. It sets your body and your mind for the rest of the day. So that's an important aspect.
You got a comment?
Let's see. I'm just responding to a comment here. Let's see. I think it says from Mr. T. Because of your gymnastic background at a young age, the basics have stayed with you as you age. It's mainly muscle memory for you. I'll tell you that's not. I can tell you that's not true. I'll tell you every once in a while, and I used to be like when I did gymnastics for like 10 years. I was super flexible, super mobile. And you know what? There's times where I'll be like, kind of like so into my training, I'll be say doing powerlifting or I'm doing, different things and I slack on the stretching or and I can't get over how quickly I lose mobility. I mean, like quickly, if I don't stay on top of it, it's like I mean, I'm not as nearly as flexible as I used to be anyways as when I was doing gymnastics, but I lose it, you lose it quickly. You'll be surprised how quickly you lose your mobility. So it's I mean, yeah, there's some muscle memory for staying fit and but also you have to keep working at it. I mean, I'm like I said, I've personally has have experienced a loss of mobility when I let my stretching slack, because I went from doing tons and tons of stretching as a gymnast to less now over the years, and I'll tell you if I don't stay on it, it loses it. Let me see here. It's a lot. So Mr. T here says it's a lot harder for the rest of us in our 30s or older. It's hard for everybody. Believe me, my friend, it's hard for everybody. You know, it's it's a dedication, you have to stay at it if you wanna stay healthy, it's work, and unfortunately, it is, it becomes more work as we get older. If you're in your 30s, 20 years ago when I was 37, it was a lot easier for me to stay limber and to stay in shape than it is at 57, so it is a lot of work but it's worth it because if you don't put in the work, the or the time that it takes to put in the work, it's the results are worth it. If you don't, that's why people run into all these. I see it every day. I mean, I've been a chiropractor for 31 years. These people that come into my office that, they can't pick up their grandkids and they can't, they go to try to go for a walk and they stretch, their back hurts or they cramp in their calf and, you talk to them, "Well, were you stretching? No. Are you doing any exercise? No." Well, of course you can't. You can't. Of course you're gonna get hurt. You're totally inactive. Your muscles are so tight from not using them. So it's an effort, but it's worth the effort because it's gonna allow you to do the things that you enjoy. Let's see. A Given says longevity is the best. Absolutely. Um, Mr. T, but even if you right now are far more flexible than the average 20-year-old, even if you're not as flexible as you used to be. That's true. I mean, everyone's got different levels of conditioning, different levels of fitness, and everyone has different goals. Someone at my age, at 57, may just want to stay healthy enough to go play catch or go for a walk with their grandkids. Uh, Everyone has different goals. I mean, my goal, I'm trying to break a Guinness World Record for push-ups in 12 hours. So, and we all got different goals, but and some people are crazy like me, but but either way, you gotta do what you can to stay fit, and and you'll be happy you did. I'd rather be doing crazy stuff and staying active and doing thousands of push-ups and doing stuff and till I'm 80 and then instead of living to 95 and I can't even move and I'm all bent over and I got two artificial hips and an artificial knee and I can't, everyone's got to take care of me, I'd rather just live my life as fit and as active as I can until the day I go, and that's the way I look at it. Uh, Oh, thank you. Mr. T, good luck on your Guinness World Record. Yep, May 25th, 8 a.m. We're live streaming on the channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. It won't be fun for me, but it'll be fun for everyone tuning in. It's going to go from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on May 25th. And all the money's going to go to Cape Ann Animal Aid, which is an awesome animal shelter. Let's see. I got a comment from Ivan. Hey, thank you for your videos. Having back issues, and your videos have helped quite a bit. You're an inspiration. Thanks a lot, Ivan. I appreciate it. I love making videos for you guys. I really do. It's a lot of fun. At least I try to have fun when I'm doing it. I love the feedback I get from everybody. I get a lot of good positive feedback. I feel good when someone writes to me and tells me that I helped them solve a problem that they've had for a long time. I mean, I do the best I can to get back to everybody also. I mean, sometimes it's hard, I'm in full-time practice, but I always make time to check the comments and try to get back to everybody. But it's as much fun for me as I hope it is for you guys watching the videos. Let me see here what we have. Uh, hey Givens, the Jack LaLanne of gymnastics. Thank you. Jack LaLanne was awesome. Let's see. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Grill so-called.
Grill.
Sorry for let's see. How much and what kind of cardio would you recommend for an 18-year-old? Yeah, it depends on your on what you're currently doing. If you're an 18-year-old and you're competitive in something, obviously you want to be doing you got to be, doing more work. If you're just trying to stay fit at 18, like I said, I would definitely be getting out there and I mean just from straight cardio. If you're just trying to stay fit, try to get cardio in 3 or 4 days a week of cardio. If you're just trying to do it just to stay fit, um, and that's what you would want to try to maintain over time too. I mean, but The more the better. I mean, if you want to do cardio 6 days a week, if it depends on the level of intensity that you're doing. If you're just going out for a brisk walk, I would go out for a brisk walk even at 18, like 6 days a week. If you're really going at it and you're going for these hard runs, you gotta balance that out. You don't want to be running hard 6 days a week. So it's all a matter of what you where you are at physically, what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, whether you're 18 or 58 or whatever age you are. Let's see if I can pick up some more comments here. Do you have any advice for progressing from knee raises to straight leg raises to the face? Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I love doing straight leg raises. Matter of fact, one of the things I'm giving some thought to is there's some Guinness records for toes to bar that I'm thinking of doing when I'm done with this push up thing. But yeah, I mean, I actually I like doing it. I feel you get more out of it when you keep your legs straight, when you touch, bringing your toes up to the bar. But progression wise, I would just be doing as many reps as I can, high reps of just bringing those knees up as you're hanging and just doing all your sets and try to just keep building up the reps, every day, like, 3 sets, and try to get it up to 20, 25. And then you start where you just bring the knees up and then try to flick your feet up at the bar and start adding that in. So now you're bringing your knees up and you're giving a little flick. Part of the progression is also you got to make sure you have the mobility. You can't do a straight leg toes to bar if you can't get into a pike position. So you have to make sure you have the mobility to do it also. So if you are trying to transition from a bent knee to a straight leg toes to bar, make sure you're also working your flexibility. You have to have the flexibility to do that movement. And so that's an important thing too. But so you're doing a lot of knee ups, then go knees where you're flicking your toes, then try to do like partially bent knees, and then trying to flick the toes, and eventually, you'll get to doing it straight leg. So we've done a bunch of videos on toes to bar, so check them out on our channel. We've done a bunch of them. It was an old one I did like 2 or 3 years ago, where I actually showed the progression on how to actually do it, how to like actually kind of work your hips and your the to get like a like almost like what we call like a tap out of it, so you get some so you can, like, it was like a technique video. So check that out. I think it was like from 2 or 3 years ago. Let me see. I think that's it for questions. So I was just going to finish up here because I had just a couple more things. I know we got off track a little bit with our thing. I didn't mind though. It was fun to answer some questions, but we were gonna a couple more things on our list here. One was I was just mentioning staying healthy. You got to get some sleep. People ask me all the time, should I get 4 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, 10 hours of sleep, whatever works best for you. Everyone's different. If I function good on 6 hours of sleep, that's all I need. That's all I want. Someone else may need 8 hours to feel good. 6 hours, they don't feel good. So, but you got to make sure you get that solid sleep every night, whatever amount you need, make sure you get it. That's why it's so important before you go to sleep. Make sure you're relaxed, clear your mind. Before you go to sleep, maybe do some stretching, do some meditation, do some yoga. But it's clear that mind, get a good night's sleep. And the last thing we wanted to just talk about was keeping your mind busy as you get older. You gotta keep active. Socialize, have hobbies, have different read books. Keep that mind active too. You can't be healthy and happy if the mind isn't healthy and happy. So anyways, that's the my tips for staying healthy as we age. I'm going 57 on 58, and if you have any other questions, we're gonna be posting this video on our site. So if you have any other questions, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll get back to anyone else who writes in. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, OcraMed Health on YouTube. And don't forget, OcraMed Health is here to keep you fit forever.